Hey guys, welcome back to Rare Rains. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm back at it again with another video, and today you guys are gonna sit with me as I turn into a baddie. Okay, and some of these products that I'll be using are very affordable. So if you're a beginner and you don't know which products to go to and you want a budget-friendly makeup kit, just stick with me. I'll be sharing some of the products that I've used or that I am still using at the moment that are very affordable, and let's turn into a baddie. So this is what I use to shape my eyebrows. This is a concealer, and this is the first thing that I'll be showing you guys. It's very affordable. I feel like if you're a beginner, you should definitely get this one. You can also use it as an eyeshadow base. Just apply it here and blend it out and then use eyeshadow on top. I'd advise for you guys, if you're my skin tone or like the color of my skin, like just for reference, to get a lighter one, just to get like maybe beige and not this one, because I feel like this one as an eyeshadow base doesn't really bring out the colors that you need. I'm just gonna use this concealer to prep my eyes and use it as my eyeshadow base because I feel like it's brighter than that one, and I don't have a lighter shade in the LA Pro concealer. And what I use on top of that to prep my eyes is this powder. It's nice and smooth for the application of eyeshadow. So before I get into eyeshadow, I did put up a video. So if you're looking for a really affordable option, you can go back to my previous video and check that eyeshadow out. And if you want to maximize the pigment, you could just use a spoolie like so and just scrub on top of the eyeshadow palette on the shade that you want to use and use it as loose powder. I hope that makes sense. But for an alternative, I'd advise for you guys to get this high quality eyeshadow palette, and I'm specifically looking at this eyeshadow palette because it's like 3-in-1 or 4-in-1. So I got this from Hermosa Flow Cosmetics. This, for a beginner, I feel like this is the first eyeshadow palette that you should get because it has really neutral colors, but also I love it because I particularly use this shade to highlight my face and my nose, and I use this shade to contour my face. There are other shades of brown right here. Sorry, there are other shades of brown right here and right here. Depending on the shade of your skin tone, you can use this to contour your face, and you can use this for blush. And yeah, for today's look, I'll be using this eyeshadow palette. I'm gonna be starting off with this shade as my transition shade, and I'm just gonna be packing the color right here. Faithfulness is from this violet palette also. Just want to pick up this really bright pink. I hope it's showing nicely on the camera. So it's a really bright pink. Yeah. So when it comes to primer and prepping your face, I've already moisturized my face, but I do use primer just to make sure that my makeup is gonna be sitting on a really smooth canvas. So I'd personally advise for you guys to get this primer because it lasts longer. You just spray it onto a brush like this. I just spray it there like so to prep my face, and I like how it smells really nice. So yeah. Oh, I also got these brushes from Clicks. They were like 290 or 300 rands. It was 15 brushes if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, that's where I got. I feel like this is the best foundation for you to use, for you to get. It's the most affordable eyeshadow if I'm not mistaken in the market, and it's the best It's one of the best eyeshadows. It's one of the best foundations out there. So it's the Maybelline Fit Me foundation. I have fallen in love with this foundation, you guys, because it doesn't dry out your face. Oh my god. Because it's not full coverage, you need to build it up and have a few layers on top of. You can't use one thin layer, you need a few layers. I'm going to be using this sponge. I got this sponge from what's this place, China Mall. They have really nice sponges. I got this in a pack of 4, but only 3 work. The other one didn't expand. Guys, you should make sure that your blender is always damp when you're using it. It has to expand when you put it in water. If it doesn't, then it's not the right blender for you. It won't work. It's just gonna waste your product. So what I do is that I wet my blender. This is really full coverage. If you apply a generous amount of foundation, so it makes sense for you to put a generous amount there. Use this very same concealer that I was showing you guys earlier on and apply it under my eyes to highlight. Like I've said before, I'd advise you guys to use a lighter concealer. Beige for reference. If you're my skin tone, beige is definitely the color for you because you want it to be highlighted. But fawn is it's like the safest I would go to. Fawn is the shade of this one. I really like the consistency of this concealer. It's really easy to work with. Yeah, so I'm gonna apply the powder right here. I personally make sure that it goes in so the concealer can eat it up and so that my face is highlighted. The concealer that I just used right now. So yeah, I know I told you guys that you can use this eyeshadow palette to blend out to contour. This is another alternative. This is really affordable. It's the Essence compact mattifying compact powder. I got it from Discam as well. So I usually use this to contour my face, but today I'm not gonna use it. I'm gonna use this eyeshadow palette to contour my face. I make sure that it's contour. I usually use this one. As you guys can see, it's finishing, but I'm gonna use Friendship. I'm gonna go big in with the powder and just do this, you know, just to show that contour, just to show that I was shaping that face nicely. So yeah, this is what I always do. But when it comes to foundation, you guys can see that foundation is really good because then I'm gonna just dust everything off because everything is sitting on top of it nicely, you know. It's not moving, didn't even move around. It did cover my marks and it's really buildable, so I'd never lead you guys astray. I'm just gonna remove the residue powder that's on my face. If there's one thing that still gives me problems, it's absolutely contouring my nose. But I'm getting there. So this is where you start, so that it doesn't really show where you started. This shade right here. And I do not even have a blending. I don't have a blush palette or whatever. I use eyeshadow as blush all the time. Like all the time. So I'm just gonna dip into this shade right here. And I use the same brush as my contouring brush because I feel like I'm just gonna apply on top of that. So yeah, for me it makes sense, but you can use a completely different brush. You have to smile so they apply on the right places. And to be honest, I used to be so afraid of blush. I didn't like blush at all. Like I didn't love blush at all. It was not my favorite thing in the world. But right now, it adds warmth to your face, so I understand. I understand why people use it. I'm gonna go back in with the same palette. I told you guys that I use it to highlight. So I usually use this humility shade to highlight my face. And you have to make sure that your highlighter is popping. I used to always be afraid of highlighter as well, because it could really go wrong when it comes to highlighter. Like it could really go a different direction. You could really be a fibob. So I have to make sure that when I apply, I'm just gonna apply right here. You know, look at that pigment. Look at that pigment. So yeah, I usually just use this brush, like an eyeshadow brush, to apply it, like so. And I'm gonna go to the other side. I use my fan brush like this, just to make sure that highlighter is popping. The points where the light is gonna hit. You know, I'm showing the same brush and highlight my nose. When I highlight my nose, I usually use my finger to make sure that the places that I'm applying on are. So I have to be really careful when it comes to my nose. I'm gonna go back to my eyes. And carefully place this. Oh, this is the shade that I'm using right now to highlight my inner eyes. The eyebrow pencil that I used is this one. I forgot to mention in the beginning of the video, please excuse me, but it's this eyebrow pencil. I would advise you guys to get number two, which is like a brownish one. Get that one. I just used this one because I can't find my eyebrow pencil, my brown one, so I just used it for my eyebrows. But this one is the Essence eyebrow pencil. You can get it at Clicks, you can get it at Discam. I had with this eyebrow pencil, and I wanted a lighter inner eye, but I mean my lighter under eye, but I just feel like black will also do. So I do makeup my own way. You just have to find your own way on how to do your makeup, and take this from whoever, and put it together and find your own way on how to do your face easily. I feel like everyone can do makeup their own way. There are no rules when it comes to makeup, so you can just do it however you want, honestly. So I'm gonna go ahead with this shade right here. It looks lighter on the camera, but it's really dark. I'm gonna go with it just to smudge my eyeshadow, my under eye. Oh, I want to use the very same shade I was using for my under eyes as my liner and use the same brush. So I know my favorite things about lipstick is that, or like applying lipstick, that you can shape your lips however you want. I usually just follow the natural shape of my lips, but I've seen other like makeup enthusiasts using lipstick in different ways and shaping their lips, making them bigger or smaller, just using lipstick or liner. I'm gonna go back to this eyeshadow palette and use this shade that I always use for everything. Ahead with the Samosa Floor Ambition lipstick. It's called Ambition, but it's for reference, it's Ambition lipstick. It's my favorite nude lipstick. I'm gonna come back with a completed look, and you guys are gonna see how I transformed from a basic girl to a baddie. I love my lip right now. It's like but yeah, I'm gonna come back right now in like 2.5 seconds. Let me just do this right now. So yeah guys, this is the final product. I just put on some eyelashes, and the eyelash this is the mascara that I use. I honestly recommend anything from Essence. Like anything from Essence works. So yeah, if you buy mascara and it's Essence, that's a win. So yeah, this is the completed look.